You can't play if you don't know the rules.
Whoa, whoa.
That's the dance.
I think it's probably a little PG-13 for this channel.
Have you seen the lady doing it?
Good morning, back doors and hardwood floors. This morning I have a meeting with myself at Starbucks. I'm working on some talks that I'm doing at a retreat this weekend. It's Wednesday.
Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Whoa, whoa.
That's the dance.
I think it's probably a little PG-13 for this channel.
Have you seen the lady doing it?
Guacamole, guacamole. Sweet bear. Why didn't you get that pumpkin?
Because it wasn't a pretty pumpkin.
What is a pretty pumpkin?
It just was kind of lopsided and didn't really look like a pumpkin. And because it is already a white pumpkin, it really has to look like a pumpkin.
I don't think I've ever put so much thought into buying a pumpkin.
Plus, I want to go to Pumpkin Patch.
Do not fret, though. We did not leave without pumpkins.
We got
Mini ones.
these mini ones right here. Just a little pumpkin.
It's like a pump cake. That's what they should call these. Pump cakes. Like a cupcake, but a pumpkin, like a pump cake. Let's answer a question for today. So I think I'm gonna start filming in here more, because again, the lighting is just so good. Let's answer today's question. Katie wants to know, as an artist or content creator, how can one still be humble through it, with the perspective of dying to self for Christ? Well, Katie, I think, as with anything, it all comes down to the heart or the reason behind it. I think the same goes for a pastor, the same goes for a successful businessman or woman, the same goes for a teacher who has students that look up to them. For anyone, whatever your platform or career might be, it comes down to what is the heart behind it? Is the reason first and foremost for yourself? Is the reason first and foremost to get rich or to get notoriety or fans or subscribers? Or is the first and foremost reason to bring glory to God? And all of that other stuff is sort of a byproduct. It's sort of icing, or the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake. The main point, though, is keeping the main thing, to use a slightly overused expression. A lot of people can look at what I do, posting videos of myself every day and promoting myself as a speaker and, making a living off of my thoughts and opinions, and they can say, well, that's completely narcissistic. That's all about him, and his own glory. And for some people who do that sort of thing, that's true. But again, you have to look at the reason behind it. And every day, tactically now, advice for you, every day, a constant prayer that I'm praying is, God, would you make it about you? And I just repeat that over and over and over and over again. Make it about you. Make it about you. Make it about you. Because when you're getting subscribers and you're getting likes and you're getting applause, it can be really easy to make it about yourself. And I think it's important to note that just because you are an artist, or just because you are the type of person who is up in front of people and maybe who even gets a lot of applause, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are narcissistic. Again, you have to look at the heart behind it. So my constant prayer is, God, would you help me to fight against that? Would you make it about you? A lot of you were asking on the last video, where do I go to ask questions? You can ask questions down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. That's where I'll find my questions. One question per day. Let's go. Ah! I dropped this. Come here, take a selfie with me. Come on, Pops. Take a selfie with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nailed it. We're on a short walk. And I were gonna go on a walk, but then Sweet Bear called me, and I guess we have expired plates. I guess they expired at the beginning of this month, and she almost got a ticket for it, but then she sort of begged her way out of it. But the guy told her she couldn't park on the street, so now she has to come home, and then I have to drive her all the way back to her meeting and drop her off. Didn't switch our tags, aka we suck at being adults today. So tell us what happened with the car.
Oh, lordy. Is that bad to say, oh, lordy? Okay, so I had a meeting at 7 o'clock with the new bride. And so I had a meeting at 7. I'm driving there early. I'm literally like so early, still on top of it. And I pull into a parking spot on the road, and this cop drives up to me on his bicycle. And I'm like, oh no, is this not a spot? Because those signs weren't clearly marked. So I rolled down my window. I'm like, sir, is this a spot? And he's like, yeah, it's a spot, but you've got expired plates. And I was like, what? No idea. And so then he's like, I'm like, oh no, are you gonna give me a ticket? And he's like, no, as long as you don't park here. And he was like, my suggestion, just go right now and get it done. And I was like, but I have a meeting. And he like didn't really care. So then I was like, dang it. So then I started driving back home because I figure I'll pick up John can drop me off, and then he can take the car home. I'll Uber home or whatever. So I started driving back to John. I'm behind the slowest woman in the world. Finally, I freak out and I'm like, I'm not gonna have time, so I turn it around. Then an idea hits me. I will just park in a parking garage so he won't get me a ticket. So I parked in a parking garage, and it was a parking garage for a grocery store. So if I spent, the parking was gonna be $16, but if I spent $20 at the grocery store, I got free parking. So I just went and got some groceries. All in all, genius moves on my part, except for also not a genius because I didn't know I had expired plates.
I described it as we sucked at being an adult today.
Yeah.
My dear friends, that be the end of the vlog. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. I'm trying a different type of video than usual. I'm very, very excited about it. But more than anything, remember that I love you all. Keep being awesome.